So, talking about the Cedar house with Bryce and Jean. How's it going? So we'll just start off with the house. And did you happen to bring the picture?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so tell me about the picture and about the house. I'll let Jean start her off.
Where should I start? What Jerry's told us?
Jerry, yeah. Start with the Jerry.
Well, you start with how you actually got Jerry to go back to the house.
Whatever you...
Oh, when he'd moved out of there, there was someone else living there. Don't know who it was, but we'd drive by there periodically. I kept telling Jerry, because he'd tell me, he'd say, that place is haunted. I'd say, you need to go up there and ask that guy if he's heard or seen anything. I said, what's the worst they could do? Say no?
Yeah.
Tell you to get lost? I said, check it out sometime. And then we'd go by there again another day. I said, man, you really need to go up there. And then we'd seen a cop car there one day. I said, see, something's already happening there. And then finally, I guess he did it. And what did he tell me? That he said he went in, the guy invited him in, he said, he told the guy, and this spot is right where I seen the apparition in his kitchen. And that guy pulls out a camera and he says like this and shows him. And Jerry said, that's the one. I said, that's exactly what you saw? And he's like, yes.
So, I'll show you a clip of that picture real quick here.
And he's seen and heard other stuff.
Kids laughing, weird voices.
Carrying on in the hallway.
Bryce, I'll let you tell your side. So, Bryce, one.
I thought it was all bullshit at first. I didn't believe any of it. But I just kind of kept coming up and kept looking at the picture. Finally went over there to do some investigating, and we found a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
We did hear voices, and had a couple weird spirit box anomalies. Yeah, it was definitely a lot more than I thought it was going to be there.
Toy instruments playing.
Yeah, the little horn and stuff we heard outside. I thought that was creepy.
We'll get to that. Alright. So, anything else you guys want to talk about?
What Jerry seen and heard, saw, I said he'd heard a woman whisper in his ear. Said his name, Jerry. He said he could feel the wind off of her voice. And then he said when he heard the kids in the bedroom, he said it sounded like they were in the bedroom somewhere, he couldn't tell where. And when him and Karen, he woke up and Karen was sitting up in the bed and she said, I'm glad I'm not the only one hearing this. And then Jerry's looking up and around. He said he goes to put his feet on the floor and it all stops. And then he hears nothing.
Other people have had strange stuff happen in that house too. Other people that have, our cousins have, when they've stayed over there, heard, weird sounds, weird noises, people shuffling around, weird voices.
Footsteps in the hall.
Been more than one person in that house to say that they've heard something very weird.
Transparent cats. Jerry looked at it, said he thought he was seeing things, and he went to look away. And then he looked back and he said it was still there, and then he said it just slowly kind of dissipated. Jerry said he was at the computer, at his computer desk. Said the chair's right behind him, the kitchen chair's at the table. And he said one night he could hear that chair sliding on the floor like someone was pulling it out. And he said he turned around and looked, and the chair was actually pulled out. And he said he always kept him pushed in.
When you said you
that shit.
knew some people at work that know the area?
There was one person at my work said, by Crosstown Boulevard, from Viking all the way up to Crosstown Boulevard, he said it's all haunted. He said it's Indian burial ground or what have you. But then he said down by Crosstown is where that old graveyard and chapel were. He said he'd seen a woman leaping off of that chapel down, and then there's a picket fence there, and he said she disappears just before she lands on the fence. And I said, well, how do you know all this from that area? And he says, well, my girlfriend lives right down there by there, and her house is haunted. And he said the whole area's just haunted. When I told him what I had seen and heard, he just gave me a look like, I'm not surprised. So that's how I could kind of tell he was serious. And then another kid, he said, on the other side of Viking, across 65 from there, on the, would that be the east side?
I think so.
He said he had some friends that lived around there, and he said people have seen apparitions in between houses and stuff. And it made sense because I believe there's stuff out on the street too. And even the old man at Jerry's old house had said that they go up and down the street out there too. Which he said one was looking through the window. And I don't know how he got that vision. It's from satellite or something. There was some way he said he was talking to one of his friends, and his friend said, yeah, it's looking right through your window. And he went up to look, and he said he seen it, and then it was gone. That's a few things that have happened.
So,
Then if you want to hear what the old man saw.
I'm going to show you a clip before my phone dies. It's at 4%, so...
I remember that.
Alright, so... we're just going to play this clip real quick.
What was that?
It just repeated me.
Bryce, tell me your take on the spirit box and what happened with that.
I thought it was pretty clear. It was pretty clean, especially compared to a lot of the other stuff that you'll see and hear other places. That's what at least threw all of us off when we heard it, because you can kind of tell when it's like radio static or like some sort of radio interference, because it just doesn't come in clear, but that came in pretty clear.
I kind of starting to think that it wasn't even the spirit box, like, because when it was like scanning, like that shit came through like, because it would have heard like a did like that's all you would have heard, but it was like literally like, who's that? Like that seems like,
unless it was doing it across like the channel. I don't know how the whole thing works.
It was really creepy.
It was weird. Like,
It literally answered you right back, though. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe it knows how that works, and it knows it's sweeping through channels. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
that
really
orbit
clear.
moved from by the spirit box
Yeah.
back behind.
And you can see all of us react to it in the video.
Plus the temperature meter went off at around that point.
And also, I'm gonna run the clip of the orb flying by my face when all this is going down. Damn, it actually got colder. How's it going?
It just feels kind of colder over here.
Huh?
It just feels kind of colder over here.
Oh, so I got the chills. Who's that radio?
Man, that thing, whoever said that copied you.
I don't know if they did.
Yes, they did, Bryce.
That's what it sounded like, honestly.
I swear to God, Keith.
I don't believe
you.
it.
They mimicked you. They did.
There was some other weird shit we got on there earlier, too.
Yeah, I hope that mic picked it up.
Oh.
I'm sure it did, though.
Yeah, it was only about... was it 2-3 minutes after the spirit box thing we got? Because
Yeah,
it wasn't long. It wasn't
somewhere-
long after.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there.
We obviously didn't know it as we were recording, but when we look back, yeah, there was crazy orbs going around.
That kind of tells you something was there.
Yeah, that was, that's the craziest thing I could say that I've ever heard or seen.
There was one other thing that Jerry had seen. He said he was laying back for a long time watching TV. It was quiet in there. And he said right in front of him was the TV. And he said an orb floated up and sat right there. And he said he had leaned up like this to look at it. And then he said it just shot off and went through the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, he told me about that one, too.
So once we've seen the orbs on when you played back on the video, we knew kind of right then he wasn't lying about what he was saying he's seen,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd love to stay there just that whole month, just stay there. Hours of the footage out there that I didn't get to go through, and at 3 hours, 6 minutes, and 3 seconds, you see an orb. That was a lot of watching. So
I found
run that clip.
when we were running through because I was putting that some of that footage on Gene's tablet, and we were going through. I can't find it again, of course, but it was
I know.
when we were. I could have sworn I heard something else from the spirit box.
Right
somewhere.
before the voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not
Because
crazy.
you said, what did you say? Remember? That's what you said.
I'm because I tried to replay it and get back to where it was, but I just couldn't find the spot.
I said something like that. I don't think it was exactly the same.
Kind of like that. Because
Yeah.
I had heard that too.
And I couldn't make out exactly
there.
what it was saying, but it definitely
Yeah.
sounded like a voice of some sort.
We're going to review that one more because that's 2-3 people now that heard something else besides that voice. So, moving on. Yeah, so let's talk about the bike.
The
Or
horn.
the horn. Yeah, I'm assuming it was a bike. It was probably a bike.
It probably wasn't.
The
So,
bike that's doing 130.
who wants to start it off about the horn? The horn. Part 4.
Well, we were all outside the house of Cedar. Pretty much just house there, Keith there, Gene there, me here, the road behind us going down that way. And just kind of out of nowhere, we were all just outside kind of taking a break. And then we heard this Keith said, like, oh, it's just a car horn, but it definitely wasn't a car horn. Like, it wasn't an alarm. It was like one of those old-timey, like, clown horn. And then proceeded after that was, like, some kids laughing. And you could hear it move from, like, one horn was there, and then a couple seconds later, another horn there. And then...
Seconds later, third horn behind Jerry's house.
And then the kids started, and all happened over maybe 20 or 30 seconds, and it had to have went, from the distance, I would get to say maybe a mile. And you just can't go a mile in 30 seconds like that. Not around there. And I can see you smiling there. And Keith's gonna say that it probably was kids, but I am fairly familiar with that neighborhood, and I can tell you that there are no kids there, like, at all. There's barely houses there. There's maybe 5.
There, I feel like this.
And it's 2 a.m. There's not.
Yeah, this was real late.
It's kind of funny because Jerry said that would be a given that we'd hear them in the house, but it was outside the house. We had heard them, and he said, when you're not paying attention to them is when you're going to hear them.
Well, and by the time you can...
And we basically weren't paying attention, and that's when the horns went off.
By the time the kids had... you could hear, like, the kids, like, giggling and laughing, kind of.
Like on a playground.
It sounded like it was coming from, like, right behind the trailer. And at that point, like, if they were on bikes or if they were walking, you would have heard A, the reverb and the echo, which me and Gene both did not hear. And B, you would have heard, you know, tires, flywheel from the bike, which would have been definitely close enough to hear the...
And I would have seen something pass under the street light from where one horn went to the other.
Gene was looking in the direction of the sounds the entire time.
And nothing moved. Nothing moved.
And you could even see kind of down to the road that was behind Jerry's. There wasn't any cars going by. There wasn't any... There just wasn't anything.
It was like, imagine you're in a soundproof booth. You hear a horn up in the air, kind of like maybe it was on a pole or something. And then it's over to the right, way over. To the right, you hear it. And then it's silent. Then all of a sudden you hear it in another spot in the front of us. And then you hear it back behind the trailer. And yeah, all within seconds. And at that time you heard nothing else. It was like because it was quiet that night. It was like a sound booth. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, well it's a really
nothing.
Quiet town, so...
You heard nothing, no scuffling, no... Yeah, no...
There wasn't any other...
No kids moving.
Sounds that you would associate with people moving and being about. And then yeah, like once it started, it just stopped. It didn't like fade away as if they were walking away. It just kind of ended at Jerry's house.
The kids carried on for what, 5 seconds?
Something like that, probably even less. They said the whole thing maybe lasted 20 seconds, which doesn't sound like that long, but if you count it out, 20 seconds is kind of a long time.
And then I told Jerry about that, and I said, we heard them kids you were talking about. You said it would be a given. I said, but we didn't hear them in your house. I said, they were outside. And this was on the phone, and then seconds later, he said, shit, the whole town's haunted. And I said, that was my thought. After what I had heard from a couple people at work and so forth. Stuff outside too, but that house is definitely like a portal for activity of...
What do you think, Keith? I can see you scribbling all that stuff down over there.
Taking notes. So I wanted to bring up something else. So we actually went to the Cedar Cemetery.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, it was
during
snowing
the winter.
out. It was ridiculous.
That was the first time we tried to go to the Cedar house, and that didn't work.
There was nothing the whole night. We did not have nothing, and then we went past that house with the EMF meter.
Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, because it was in the area, and that was the only time it went on that whole night. Like the whole night.
Yeah, like nothing. Like didn't even like, not even any like if normal fucking fluctuations that you get from being like next to power lines and shit.
Like literally,
it just
that
did
was the
nothing.
Only time the whole
like
thing.
a hot spot.
Yep, it was just like went there, turned on, like. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. But
yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Here's a little clip of that hunt. Cedar Cemetery.
if you want to communicate.
On the flashlight.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one that has the 3 different settings.
Yeah. So, I know me and Gene heard this part. The voices when we were sitting at the kitchen table, and we could hear voices like they were talking normal, but it was like super quiet. It was really weird. But
Was this when I was outside?
You must have been. But,
Or maybe I was. I mean, you know what? It might have been fucking around with one of your cameras. I don't know, but I know what you guys are talking about.
But
There.
yeah,
I just wasn't
we were
there
like,
for it.
we were talking like really softly, like you're like, do you hear that? And she was like, yeah.
Down the hall?
Yep. And I was like, what is that? Like, yeah, that was kind of creepy, but we actually had an audio recorder, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. That thing shut off, or whatever it was, it corrupted the whole file. We didn't get a clip, and it was like right next to where the voices were, so...
I almost forgot about that. We had a lot of camera problems when we were doing that first hunt, and I almost forgot about that. We had one of the cameras switch off, and I still don't know why, because you said you actually have to physically press a button for that to turn off. It was still plugged into the wall, didn't lose any battery, it had full battery.
There was a lot of camera malfunctions, which generally don't happen that much, but at the same time, we did have like 4 or 5 cameras.
Seriously,
it was ridiculous.
It was pretty crazy. Well, like I said, especially the other ones I could see because you said you were recording at like too high of a resolution.
Yeah.
But the one that you had set up there, you said was normal resolution A, and B, like I said, it just shut off.
One was the 4K, and we had that going at 120 frames a second, which...
That's a lot of information.
Yeah, so that one kind of was like, we're going to take that down to 1080, and... Yeah, but, just part of the process.
Right. Ghosts trying to mess up your equipment.
They are. I wanted to talk to you about this before I told you over the phone or anything, but we're actually getting appointments now from people who want us to go investigate their homes.
That's dope.
So, yeah, we're actually having people that are hitting us up that are like, dude, this place is haunted, like, you should probably check this out. And that'll be really nice because rather than trying to find a hotel, and I'm not going to name names of hotels that are really ridiculous.
Names of those hotels that just won't let you fucking record there.
They promote ghost hunting, but when you say you're going to go there ghost hunting, they're like...
No, don't do that here.
And they're kind of gimmicky. Who knows if they just want business.
So I'm not going to...
I don't trust them.
Name names, but yeah, to those guys.
That one hotel somewhere up north.
It ain't north.
I thought it was north, wasn't it?
No.
Is it south? I thought it was up north.
Of the cities.
I don't know which one it is, but yeah, I'm not gonna.
I'm sure people have a good idea. There's only so many haunted hotels in
But yeah, the
Minnesota.
new season though, we're gonna hopefully up the production value, and we'll actually have people who really have like stuff popping, and they wanna see what's going on with it. So. Are you dead?
What's up?
Hey, what's up, you call? Yeah, I don't know if that picture's real.
What's that?
I don't know if that picture's real.
The one in the kitchen is, that one in the kitchen, that thing I seen, man, that was real. That was real, and what I seen was, you couldn't make out if it was a person or not, but I seen those lines where it split, you know, the even lines, and there was so much activity in it, it was, you know, it was hard to focus to see what it was. But when it started split, man, I got the hell out of it. That was real. That was like something I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
And it was in the exact same place where that guy took that picture. That's why I kind of knew, you know, that one's real. And then after looking at the picture real close, I could see those little circles in it that I'd seen when I was looking at the thing in the kitchen.
You wish you had Bryce's hair?
Yes, it does.
Can you cut his hair off? Just a little psychic humor. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. We'll have season 2 coming soon. And let me know what you think. And if you want to join the team, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to hit me up on Instagram. And like our page on Facebook. Keith Bridges, peace out. New home for Haunted.